To say it's been a wet June would be an understatement. Over 8 inches of rain have fallen and been recorded at Tulsa International Airport, parts of Tulsa. Well over 10 inches of rain. This is about 4.5 inches above normal, and we're almost 6 inches above normal for the year to date so far. So pretty impressive rainfall, especially considering the beginning of the year started very dry with drought conditions. But the rain chances are going to dwindle off after today, down into the 0% range by the weekend as we move into a much more summer-like typical pattern as we move into that new season. Right now, dual Doppler radar, though, showing more storms on the way. We look to the north of Tulsa to see most of the activity. Wichita down to western Osage County, where some of the strongest storms are found. Right now, heavy rainfall moving over Burbank up towards about Scheidler. This will stretch across northern Osage County. General weakening trend, but flash flooding is the main concern with any of these heavier downpours as they arrive. All coming beneath a pretty big cloud deck, so this is limiting today's warming trend north of I-40. Still think we make it to the 80s in Tulsa. Currently at 78 degrees with a light breeze and a whole lot of humidity. Temperatures north of Tulsa in the mid-70s, mid to upper 80s in southeast Oklahoma with all that sunshine. And that warmth and humidity of the day firing more storms and a threat of flash flooding. The excessive rainfall outlook putting our northern tier in a moderate category. We don't see that all that often, so we want you to take it seriously, especially given how much rain has recently fallen. Means it only takes minutes of high rainfall rates for low-lying roads to get covered in water. So Bartlesville, Coffeyville, southeast Kansas, and that higher tier, and then that slight risk of some flooding all the way down through Tulsa and possibly Muskogee. We'll continue to see that threat of severe weather through the evening as well, and overnight hours perhaps. Tulsa northward with that slightly higher threat, large hail, locally damaging winds, and a tornado threat, and that tornado threat is highest north of Tulsa across the northern counties of Oklahoma and southeast Kansas, where an even stronger tornado may be possible if the type of storm taps into the environment in the most favorable way, which is possible more towards the evening hours. That threat of tornadoes drops off further south, but still not talking about a high-end tornado day, but we'll be watching it as there could be a few warnings out there later on. As we look on our high-resolution data, we can see most of the storms through 3 p.m. staying north of Tulsa, but we're going to see a general southward push by evening. Here we are at 5 o'clock, probably a pair of severe storms or something similar to this depiction by 5 o'clock. These storms, high winds, hail, and that threat of a tornado warning perhaps in a few spots. 6 p.m., continuing to see the storms pushing further into northeast Oklahoma, and we might have a wave of these storms. That's why after one storm passes, we may not be done with it yet. This will continue to stream through during the 9 o'clock hour. You can see another wave of storms arriving after dark northwest of Tulsa. This has the best chance of reaching I-44 and points southward from there. By 11, we're seeing that threat expanding further to the east, and we'll continue to see heavy storms through the evening and overnight hours. So it will be a busy night of storms, and we'll be tracking it all here at 2 News Oklahoma. And after that comes the heat and humidity with the heat index that is above 100 each of the afternoons. There's your weekend forecast, feeling like summer, only dropping to near 80 at night. Even tomorrow, a muggier day with a few scattered storms. And there we are, the rest of the week leading to the 4th of July with temperatures leveling out in the mid-90s.